Okay, so we're going to try it, see if I can get copper. So inside there I've got an amount of copper, and what I do is just adapt this a bit so that I can get the tongs in, because I don't want to be absolutely mishandling this. Don't want to be mishandling this when it's at 1200 degrees, 1300 degrees centigrade. I do not want to be mishandling that at all. Right, it needs to be proper and sure. So yes, I've got that now. Lovely jubbly. Brackington, one moment. So hopefully that'll be enough. Right, in there I've got 260 grams of copper. Anybody who's had a wander around has seen this that I've carved, and now I've cut it open and released the ball in the middle, but the ball's a bit misshapen because it's the first one I ever did, and I want to create it in copper and aluminium, don't I? So I've made one and I've set two molds. So I've got my sand, standard sand, and I've got my petro sand. Okay, so that one's got to go outside when I pour it, provided it ain't raining. They're in here at the minute, and I'm going to heat it up in a minute. I'm going to get it going in a second, then go and get a cup of coffee. But I think it might rain, so I don't want to sit these molds outside until I'm ready to pour, or if it's raining I'll just do it in here. But I've got my doodah and a bucket of water on standby. Christ almighty, I'm going to go up to 1200, 1300 degrees centigrade with that. I went up to 800 with this one the other day, so you know, whatever. As long as you follow safety procedures, you'll be fine. Don't take any notice of that wiring, because that's all safe, but it's nothing to do with anybody else, and I'm not condoning any kind of use of that. So that's ready. That's ready. That's ready. I'm going to try and create two of these in copper. That is a roughly, in copper, that would weigh around about 9 nines are 81, about 80 grams that would weigh. Two of them, 160. I've got 260 grams of copper in there, so that gives me a 50 gram sprue. And as soon as I can see it rising out of the other one, that's it. I've got to stop pouring to fill the other one, to make sure they're both, once I've finished pouring, you finish pouring, innit? I'm going to have to take a chance on this, but that's what I'm trying to do. So that's where we are now. Right, I'm ready to start actually. Should I just start while I'm doing this? Okay, let's prep reset. There you go, it's off. That's it. Time started. Right, well that sandwich is done, but let's have a look. We're 18 minutes in. I took a little bit longer than I thought, but I've got my coffee. Let's have a look, shall we? I'm not sure what to expect here. Oh, I still see some of the wires burning off as well. Oh my goodness. That is proper red. Right, let me kill the power. Yeah, let me kill the power to that. Right, so that was probably 19 minutes, and that is proper hot. Oh my god, that's proper hot. And the thermal conductivity of the blocks is holding up really well. I don't know. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. That is absolutely amazing, but you can't leave it unattended. Right, so 18 minutes. So let me have a look at this. Right, so that's half an hour it's been at it, and or I did switch it off for 5 or 10 minutes in between. So it's been at it half hour, say 25 minutes. Copper hasn't gone off yet. Copper hasn't gone. So I don't know whether it's actually going to, but I remember it always struggled with that little thing up there. I always struggled to do copper, and it was like you could be there for most of the afternoon, and then you eventually get to melt the copper, and then it's all over in a second. A bit like Friday night with the missus. Anyway, let me see what happens. I'll give it another quarter of an hour, see how it goes. Bugger. Well, I don't know if that even worked. Well, it did work. I mean, Right, no idea what went on with that mathematics there. Because I've actually had 28 cubic centimetres, which is 1 centimetre more than I needed for one. So let's see if it did. Well, there's quite a bit of it, there's a little bit left in there and a tiny bit, so I don't know. But it might be enough that I can just make it pretty, and then it'll be inside the prison, because it wouldn't come out anyway, even if it was just a few millimetres smaller. Doesn't really matter. Right, let's have a look then. I've not tried to let it, I've let it cool down a bit, but it's not gone mad. Oh, look at that, beautiful. La, 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 la. Yes. Let me get that into water. Quick. It's not too bad. I don't know if it'll work. It needs to be a little bit, you can see it's quite a bit, not that way, but that way's fine. That way's fine. Let me get into water. That'll be flipping hot still. Right, so now I know, and I can pass this information on to you. It looks like if you've got any weakness in the block, it will disintegrate after it's been heated a few times, once or twice. I could just notice that other crack at the back of there as well. So I'm not going to do this one anymore, because that's the lid disintegrated, and I've picked the bits out. Somehow the element's gone now as well. Brilliant. All loaded up and ready to go. Switched it on, went in the house. 4p a minute, 4p an hour. What's going on? That's not drawing any amperage. Come out here. No, it's not. It's not even switched on. So that's disappointing. I think I might have overcooked the element somehow. I don't know how that works though. I'll have to look into that. You know, because I thought you could constantly heat one up to a certain temperature, then switch it off. So it hadn't reached that temperature yet, though, I thought. But anyway, that's just some bit more I'm going to learn, isn't it? And it's quite an expensive lesson, that one. But I've got 2 spare ones, and the spare ones for these are cheap, because I found another way of doing it. So cool. Okay, so copper is going to commence again tomorrow then, I think. So I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to go get something to eat and get another cup of coffee. Yes, I do drink a lot of coffee, but as you can probably tell, I'm so highly wired. So the more I dig, the more I find stuff, yeah? So that was my first incarnation, which I gave up on. Don't know how much that cost, but there you go. There's 2 there, actually. Now I've got another 2 here. Then there's, at least for that size, there's another 2 there. I've got loads of these elements that I can make. And this is a hell of a journey I've been on as well. So now I'm quite confident in making my own. So I've got plenty of backup there, because that's what's running up in the red one up there now, is that one. And that's been to copper, and I won't take it to copper again, because the insulation is an issue. I couldn't be bothered with it, because this had gone missing. I couldn't find this. And I'm like, no, I'm not getting that ceramic blanket out, because I ain't got that for my safeguard. And I didn't want to do it in the garden, because the dog likes attacking it, and that's no good for the dog either. So elements a piece of cake as far as I'm concerned. Anybody want any advice on elements? I am a little bit of a Dunning-Kruger expert now. Okay, bye.